Hello, my wonderful friends. I will start with few things. On Thursday, I will have a reading with Diana's Tarot. It will be March 18, Thursday at 1 o'clock her time and 11 o'clock my time. So it will be Zoom meeting, and it will be posted on her channel, I believe. So she will be doing more information probably, and she invited me, so I'm very grateful. I'm looking forward to do the collaborations. I was not doing for so long, so maybe it's time for me to do collaborations. And the Return of the Violet Full Moon, I got that book. It's beautiful written. I read a little bit. I can't read right now. Tomorrow I'm going to see my optometrist because my vision on one eye is blurry. So hopefully everything will be okay. I didn't go to see him after I lost the vision for a few minutes when I had that mini stroke 2.5 months ago. So I better will start paying attention to the details. And it's annoying when you feel that something is there, but you can't really name it. So I will start to answering questions. And whoever is first time, I see pictures as the answers, and then I have to figure out what they mean to me. That's a good part of this, that it has to be kind of related to me, how I'm taking that answer. So Irene L. She is the questionnaire from comment section. So whoever would like to write a question, please go under the video and write a question for me. What punishment will be given to all the GOP, all those Republicans from the Senate and Congress who were involved in the January 6th riots? As the answer, I drove this one, but my husband, so we both were drawing. His is better. So in Europe, at least in my city, I am from Wrocław. Before it was Breslau, it was German part, and in the middle of the city there is a building that the city's elders were sitting and making rules. You could pay your fees there as well. They were judging people for the crimes, and once in a while, for many hundreds, if someone did something wrong, that person will be standing in the middle of the city. There was a round block made out of bricks, red bricks. I remember that because I was even one of my different jobs was to do the tour with people and telling them about the city. So the guy will be standing, a woman, whatever crime they did, and depends how long they will be standing to be punished. And people could come, they could spit on that person, or they could take the stick and put in the water and hit them. So that was a really bad punishment for the crimes that someone did. And I see those, they call them shackled stocks, or what they were. So it's shackled in stocks. I know when I was trying to say that word to my Google, couldn't take it. So I'm just writing this so you know what it is. They would put them in the strainer, and it was painful. But it was the public that was feeling that they can be involved in the judgment. So I think this will be kind of punishment for those GOP people, that people who are voting on them, they will have the rights to punish them some ways, because it was the public punishment that was more important than putting them in jail or in a prison. Okay, so I will check what the cards are saying about this, if they will really be punished or not. Yeah, that was cruel. But then that was as well entertainment, because a lot of people were doing this, and it was all over the Europe. It was not only my town. My father was German, so it was, this part of Poland was German before, and after the war, the borders moved, so now it's Poland, but it was before the German side. So how will be those GOP people be punished? Oh, some of them will feel that they can get away, that they are so good because they are after Don Don, so they are feeling that they are on the right side of the history. Look at that they love Don Don, and the punishment will come, the shaky tower, the worst card of those cards. Eventually people will be getting and taking this and spanking them. Thank you guys for giving me good cards. Ruth Davis. Could you look in the relationship between Trump visiting New York and then say Vance retiring right away? And what is the connection? I think, Ruth Davis, you are on the right track. Sage Vance said that he's not going to be re-elected as a judge. And when I look at this for the vision, it was ghost in the skeleton in the closet. So he doesn't want anyone to go back to his bad. He was connected with Don Don. Excuse me. When he was going for re-election, he got money from Don Don's lawyer, $35,000, and he withdrew some accusations against Ivanka and Junior. I think that was the case. And eventually, when this came to the public knowledge, he gave back those money. But he thinks that will cause him too much stress to deal with that he will not be re-elected, and on his own terms he said he don't want to be re-elected. So what is the skeleton in the closet? Yeah, he wants to go on the right way, but maybe there is some illness, because this card is double meaning, Knight of Love or Doctor, so he might have some health issues. For good harvest, he don't want to do it, something that it might not bring him a good harvest, and he wants to live when he is still strong. So but there might be as well some health issues that he learned about, and that's happened as well. Frances G. What is outcome for Rick Scott, Senator of Florida? He's asking people to give their stimulus check back and turn away the help from states. Yeah, it's very easy. If someone is wealthy as him, he has $255 million in his wealth. Yeah, take that check, small check, and give it away. Really? for some people who are starving. He is giving them that advice. And what is his future? I saw him sleeping on a job on the desk. In Poland, we had a saying when there was communism, so some people will have a good jobs, and if they were standing, working, or sleeping on a job, they will be getting the payment of 2,000 zlotys. That was a good money that time. So he feels he doesn't really have to give people the best advice. He doesn't have to fight for them. It's just that he wants to give them stupid advice that way. Give the money back. And cards. I don't understand. I see someone who is putting legs in the cold water or hot water, bucket of water. Maybe he should cool off himself. I don't know. I will have to think about what that is. He's looking from outside. He's not inside there. He is not really connected with people that he's serving. Yeah, he's sleeping on a job, as I said. Yeah, and he thinks that he's a big boss, so whatever he wants to say, he can say it, and people will have to follow. Gary S. Did Jesus know what pain and suffering he would go through and on Good Friday and being nailed on a cross? And if so, why he chose to do it? Yes, he knew. It's like every woman who is giving birth. We all know that it will be painful, that we will suffer. Some women will die even, but women will still do it to have babies. So I saw a woman doing the delivery. I think that was his destination in this life, that he had to suffer so to take our sins. For all those dysfunctional people, for the sins what they were doing. He had those goals. That was his goal, and he felt blessed. He felt that he is baby of the God, and he can deliver that gift to the generation, to take the sins from them. That's my feeling. I still believe that he knew. Martina M. Where were those women before, the ones who are accusing Cuomo? And I saw them working, like sitting by the desks and doing the jobs. They were not even thinking about this. And honestly, how many of you women were harassment, no matter what we were doing? So many times, every one of us was harassed, especially in the 70s, 80s, 90s, up to 1910 maybe, because now it's a lot of talk about this. But before, oh gosh, I learned to drive when I was 25. And it sounds like, oh boy, how come? Was she stupid? No. In Poland, it was so hard for women to have a car. To drive, it was like, are you from the moon? And I was in England in the 70s. So I learned to drive motorbike first, push, push, the good name for that motorbike. And I had 2 accidents on it. And eventually I went to Poland to do the driving license. And when I had my first car, I was very lucky, because most of the girls my age didn't have ladies. So I was 26, 25 when I was driving in Poland. most women didn't have the ability to drive the car. And police was every day stopping me when I was driving. One day I had 5 of them stopping me. And everyone, oh, it's not you who is on that driving license. That's not you. Your hair is different. And I was showing them, yes, my hair is blonde on the picture, but my hair was dark, kind of dark. No, it's not you. We have to take your driving license, unless you will go with me for a coffee. And then I learned a trick to get rid of them. I was telling them, yes, but my boyfriend's uncle is so and so. I learned the high officer from the police names. I never met him. I never knew that he never knew that I was using his name. And I said, oh, he is my uncle, my boyfriend's uncle. My boyfriend was living in England. It was nothing to do, but that was giving me a clean pass from those guys. They thought, we don't want to have any trouble from your uncle. You go. So eventually I learned how to deal with those nasty guys. And at work as well, one guy was so pushy and he wanted to go for dinner with me. He was from England, and I told him, Mister, look at the mirror. And he was very good looking. And I thought, that took him away from me. So I know not everyone could tell your boss the way you want to, deal with him. But it is something that we can... We were dealing with those harassments all the time. Harassment is not abuse. It's just a harassment. And I don't think for that Cuomo should have that much punishment. Yes, if he was making comments, that's life. I don't know. Maybe I'm too tough. Maybe. I know when the guy was, trying to take advantage of me, that was something that was abuse. And I had those few others moments too. But that's not the same when the guy is telling you, your driving license exam is in 2 days. If you don't go with me, I will not let you to pass. I started crying. I was lucky that I knew people, and I moved to a different city. And it was stressful to drive in the different city for a new driver, but I passed. And they did nothing to this guy. They knew that that's what he is, and he put a leg on my knee when I was driving my car, and it was really bad experience. So I know when there is a harassment and there is, So maybe I'm thinking that I'm too easy on Cuomo, but I don't think he was that nasty. So when he was bugging those girls, joking with them, get lost. Catherine P. She believes that Meghan Markle wants to be a future POTUS. Will this happen? I never heard about that. But when I saw the picture, her standing on this side of the fence, and the White House is far, far away. I didn't see any gate opening. So she might want to. She will have a famous name, but would she be able to? She can dream about this. Yeah, that might be her bucket list. Who knows? 2 dirty things will come out. I don't think that will be for her to do it. She is woman in charge. She is, but maybe there is too many people. Queen of Swords. She has she has the but I don't know if that's the politics is that much fun for her. Okay, and this one. Cinnabulk, sorry. In the 1970s, this is about Poland, and 80s, Poland was under communism, and the church was the refuge for those who didn't want to be in a party. That's true. And in the 80s, when there was a martial law in Poland, started 1981, in December 13, church was our refuge. We were going to church for Miluka, for the babies. We were going to church to get newsletters about what's going on in the country. When we were baptizing our son Leszek, we are carrying the baby to be baptized, and someone at the door is giving us the letter. For that letter, we could be in problem. We could have problem with the law. So I remember I took that letter and I stuffed under his pillow, and we walked. It was a place that we loved. The church was popular because it was anti-government. And now she said the church is behaving like a party. You can't do this, you can't do that, controlling people and oppressing people. Yeah, women are not allowed to have abortions anymore. There was manifestation all over the country, but the government, who is run by very religious man, his brother was Jarosław Kaczynski. They were twins. Jarosław Kaczynski was killed in plane that was going to Russia and or Ukraine. And his brother, Jarosław Kaczynski, now is president of the party. But he's not president of the country. The president of the country is Duda, Andrew Duda. He is the one that, but actually Jarosław is the one who is dictating everything what's going on in the country, and he is like that with church. So when it will change, there will be a lot of bouncing up and down. It's like a trampoline held by people. Eventually they will take him out. So would they be able to do something about that? Yeah, the church is telling people what to do, the hieropath, so it's the symbol of the church, making all the decisions for people. Eventually people will leave the church and go independently. There should be separation from the religion and the church. I'm not against religion, but I think people have to have rights to do. I was lucky, I never even considered to have abortion, so I can't be against or pro, because I never was exposed to that. But I know women who had to do it, and I feel sorry for them. That might be my sin, that I'm feeling sorry for those women who couldn't afford to have more babies. And but it's the woman's choice, and I know some of you will be upset with me, but that's will Lindsey Graham go to jail? And he is some of the independent watchers dog is asking for removing Lindsey Graham from Judiciary Committee. and it is for Lindsey Graham involvement in Georgia's dealing with the election. So I saw the hammer hitting the table. That's the judge hammer. So I think he will have to have some problems with the law. He will have the legal problem with the law, and he's a lawyer. He should be more punished because he knew what he was doing was wrong. It's already in the beginning. So beginning of the adventure for Lindsay, king of coins, that was for Donald that he was doing, and he will be trying to buy the Virginia. He will try to protect himself. But I think that will be the symbol of the lady who is running. That's against him. I think she is a woman lawyer who is opening that files against him, and she will win. She will be the secure one. Spirit love. What do you see from outcome in Derek Chauvin case? He is the policeman who is now charged for killing George Floyd. And in the previous video I said that I see him walking like a dog. Not really touching the floor, but walking really low. So I think he will go to jail and he will be punished. I can't do the same answer second time, but I know it's very important for many of you to know that, so I'm doing this. And Mike Jagger. Hello, Mike Jagger. When are you going to start selling makeup? My makeup, it's not too much. It takes me few seconds to do it, like 3-4 minutes. It's eyeshadows, sometimes, not always. The liner, mascara, lipstick for making my eyebrows more visible, because they are not that visible without the. And then this one is for putting lineups under the eye. My son was, when he was doing videos with me, he said he never met a girl who is that fast with the makeup. Most of his girlfriends were spending hours, and Leszek once bought me a session with the makeup artist. I was sitting there for 1.5 hours. She put a lot of makeup on me, and it wasn't me. So powder and so on. And I said, I'm allergic to so many things, so please make sure that nothing. No, everything is hypoallergenic. Yeah. I'm driving home. I took pictures. I'm driving home and my eyes are crying. And so I came home, I washed it off. I went back and I said, those cosmetics that you sold me, they are not for me. I can't take it. I'm too allergic. And a few times I tried before. And I'm only using this cream for all my adult life. And it's not expensive. Morning and evening soap, and then this. And for my hair, I have those rolls. They are from Poland. They are plastic rolls with sand inside, I think. At least the first ones were always with the sand, so sometimes they will break. And I cook them. I put them on. 3 minutes later, I'm taking them off. So under 10 minutes, I'm done. Not a high maintenance. Sorry. Sorry, Mike Jagger, disappointment, but I'm not. Thank you so much. It's a nice compliment, and I appreciate. Okay, so especially in my age, I can run with every compliment. And I can't even dream about plastic operations, because if I could, I would staple my ears probably to to prove everything, but no, I can't do it because I have a bleeding disorder, so no surgeon will take me. I have to live the way I was created. Okay, I want to pray for everyone who is suffering, who is sick, who is homeless, for those children who are on the border, that they shouldn't be allowed to, to leave the country, to leave the family, and they must be forced some ways to go to USA, because I don't think they are going. They can't make decision in that age to leave everything and go to USA. I feel sorry for them. I think they should make some laws so those kids are not even thinking about this. They will stay probably much safer with the parents than coming to the country that they don't know anyone. But they have to do some law to help those people, or because it's a mess. It's a mess. It was mess when Don was there, but now it's mess too. So I want to pray for everyone who is vulnerable, who is unsafe. I want to send great energy with connecting with every one of you to create for the sick one, for homeless, for hungry. I love you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.